Grand Rising, brothers, and welcome back to the latest and greatest of the BlackManCan men's channel, BMCMC. I'm your host, Frederick Harper QKA, the messenger, and just wanted to let you know this is a channel where masculinity is affirmed and supported, where we as men come to deal with the modern day challenges of society and with women, and most of all, a place we strive to become the best version of ourselves. As usual, brother, I'd like to tell y'all thank you for the support. Continue to like, share, support, comment, and give me more feedback on the channel. Also, go to the YouTube and subscribe there if you like the video. Last but not least, if this is your first time watching my channel, watch the video until the end. Last but not least, in addition to that, this is a men's channel. Sisters, you are welcome here, but I think today is gonna get a little hot. So open your collar button, just one piece. Today's topic we're going to get into is going to be dealing with the words that were stated recently by Brother Cam Newton. I'm going to show you the clip of the video, and I'm going to give you my opinion about what he said and my understanding of it, and ask you to give me yours in the comment section. But I'm going to give you my personal response and feedback about the Cam Newton situation. So without further ado, we're going to hop on into the video, and after the 30 seconds, we're going to come back on the other end and talk about it. Check it out.
Bitch is a person who's just, you know, girl, I'm a bad bitch, you know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
You know, and it's a lot of women who are bad bitches, and I say bitches in a way not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem is a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that, no, baby, like, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Now, my opinion is Cameron was speaking the truth, okay? He was talking about a growing population of the modern woman that feel that their strength is in being combative, yelling, talking you down, screaming over you. And to men, that is exhausting, especially when you're an alpha man that has earned the respect. You're a traditional man. You don't want to deal with that kind of back and forth verbal jousting with a woman. So I understood exactly what he was talking about, and we're going to break down some of the reasons why. Because let me tell you, in this new generation, the new traditional man is not going to tolerate that, okay? If you get to a certain level as a man and you are the head of household and you are providing for a woman, no man wants a woman with no domestic skills and will run her mouth and try to verbally knock him down as a man. That's not how you treat a king, and that's exactly what he was talking to. So we're gonna break down some of the points on this. Number one, they can never stop talking, okay? Great difficulty in listening to understand. And there's a much of them listening just to respond. And that is the problem in our relationships a lot. Men, especially black men, deal with this constantly. There's this need to be combative, to be argumentative, to show you that they're smart. When men don't want to go back and forth with their woman at all, okay? We get enough of that in the world. And the man comes home looking for his woman as a sign of peace, as a sign of femininity and nurture. And if you have to come back after fighting with the white man for your freedom, and you got to come back and battle your woman for your manhood, no man wants to deal with that exhaustion. And that's exactly what he was talking about when he talks about a woman who talks too much. If a woman talks too much, then that means she can't listen. If she can't listen, that means she can't be reached. If she can't be reached, she can't be teached. If she can't be taught, then what the hell are you doing? You're wasting your time. You're dealing with a woman who doesn't want to meet you and treat you like a king. And that's exactly what he was talking about. Moreover than that, Cam Newton is a made man. This is a brother who's speaking not only as a man who's made something for himself, but has come from a background of parents who have been together for 37 years. So he's not speaking from a place of unsuccessful relationships. So the sisters should think about that, all the people that jumped on him, these sisters and these beta male supporters out there that jumped on the brother for what he said. Number two, They take pride in not having any domestic skills. Now, one other part he said in the statement was, shorty, you can't cook, you can't clean. Now, this is the case in a lot of scenarios with the modern woman. They take pride in the so-called alpha chick, the so-called boss chick, doesn't cook a thing, doesn't clean a thing. Now, for me, that's never really been as important, because as a man that's been on his own for 8-9 years and hasn't been in that kind of relationship, I'm fine cooking and cleaning for myself, but it is a show of a helpmeet when a woman can help keep a house. A woman knows how to cook for a man. A woman knows how to clean. Those things do matter. And for made men, they look for these features within a woman. If you're looking for a man that's gonna come in and pay, let's say 80% of the bills and make your life better, and you don't do anything but come with drama and mouth and stress and conflict, then that's not a benefit to a man. So not being able to cook or clean, it wasn't as big for me, but I understand where the brother's coming from, especially in a traditional sense, because most people like me grew up with parents, a mother that knew how to cook. A lot of these women are taking their kids to McDonald's and fast food, don't know how to keep a clean house. So we had another point with that. Number 3, money and career supersedes relationships. Now, like I said, at many times, a lot of women don't even think of taking relationships serious until they turn 30. They have been masculated to think that going through life is all about personal success and money and their education. And I'm all for women getting the bag and getting an education. But what happens is they spend so much time dedicating their life to these personal goals, but by the time they want to get into a relationship, it's a little late in the game. And then they're looking around saying, where are all the good men? The good men are with the woman who wanted to be in relationships first, okay? So, and another thing that happens is women, unlike men, think that their career and their money entitles them to a certain kind of man. Because you're making $100,000, $200,000 a year and you have a nice job and degree, that does not impress men. It may impress beta men, it may impress moochers or gigolos, but a man who's already got himself together, who's got his basics taken care of, who's making money, who's got a career of his own, he does not care about your degrees or your wealth. He'd rather go get the woman who works at CVS as a cashier that's going to be feminine, who's going to be cooperative, who's going to be sweet, and is going to take an interest in his goals, in his mission in life, okay? So that happens a lot. Money supersedes relationships, and career supersedes relationships for women early on. Number 4, how they are is how they will be. When he was speaking, he was talking about this very masculine alpha chick, boss chick theme that has been sent out amongst peer groups in society on social media. And a lot of women invest into this concept, and most of them are not really doing anything special, but they look at themselves that way and they bring that kind of energy and attitude to a man. So what happens is you get this if-then kind of situation with women. If a man is taking care of all the bills, if a man is doing X, Y, and Z, then I'll be feminine. I've never understood that concept, because it's like, look, I don't need a woman. If you're going to be good to me, bad to me, indifferent to me, I'm still going to be masculine at all times. Why is it that with you, there's a whole set of requisites before you can be feminine to the man? So what happens when I say how she is how she will be, meaning if you are already dating this person and they're showing you verbal combat all the time, they can't cook, they can't clean, they don't want to even bring you a plate, brother, everything is do it yourself, it's DIY with the woman, then that's what you are going to get in a more accentuated way if you get into a long-term relationship with this kind of woman. So if I'm a king speaking to you, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for a woman who doesn't have any of those skills and at the same time wants to fight, wants to fuss, and be argumentative, okay? So remember that. How she is how she will be. We practice how we play. So the woman you had when you was dating her at the beginning and she showed you who she was after about 6 months, that's the real woman you're gonna have. So when you come into these relationships, look for red flags. Because like I said, once you go into the long-term relationship, it's real hard to get up out of that. And a lot of brothers out here who are suffering will tell you that's true. Number 5, She has the mindset of a single woman, okay? And when I say that, I mean she is very difficult to get along with. She does not seek compromise with you. She is always in verbal combat. She's very contrary, wants to be combative, wants to find things to argue about, is always kind of slight shading what you're doing, does not have any domestic skill, not feminine. These are things that the mindset of the single woman has. A woman who says they want to be married, it's an old saying, she want to be married, but she don't want to be a wife. That is the exact kind of behavior you're gonna see when you're dealing with a woman like that. So that's another red flag to watch out for. He was talking about that. When a person is always running their yap, doesn't wanna have any kind of catering to their man, that is a problem, especially if you done paid the cost to be the boss. See, my video doesn't deal with men who are deadbeats. I'm not talking to men who are out here doing 50-50 on everything. I'm talking to men who are paying the cost to be the boss. You shouldn't have to tolerate any of that, okay? Last but not least, they are controlled by society and social media, okay? The modern woman is looking on television and she's looking on social media and she takes the footnote from that. She sees the flamboyancy and the behavior of the women on television and she thinks that's the way to be. Okay, this is why you get this energy. I told you a long time ago, women is gonna listen to one or two things, either a strong man or society. So brothers, if we have to come to it, I told you it's on us. The women that are acting this way, the women that are super flamboyant, that are loud, let them eat cake. Let them be alone. Don't marry these kind of women. Don't have children with these kind of women because it's gonna be to your detriment in the long haul. They're gonna destroy your life. On the other hand, the women that are there, that are supportive, that are giving you feminine energy, that are loving you, that are taking interest in what you are doing, those are the women you want to have in your life. Okay, brother? It can make or break you. A woman can build your world or she can destroy it. Okay? And it happens the same way for both sexes. A good man can come into a woman's life and lift her up, or a bad man could take her down. So it's not even a gender thing. But for brothers out there, man, let me tell you what Cam was saying was on the money, okay? And he shouldn't be given too much slack, and he needs our support, okay? I know Will Smith is probably saying, thank God, somebody got him off me for a minute. But what he said was not far from the truth at all, and I agree with him 100%. The average woman talks too much, can't clean, can't cook. And for all the women out there who felt some kind of way, let me tell you something. Hit dogs holler. And for the ones who aren't that way, who are taking care of business and are catering to the man in their life and treating him like a king and letting him lead, kudos to you. But hey, it is time for us as kings to speak our piece. The society we're living in has gotten very gynocentric, and I respect the fact that sisters have their say, but brothers have to have a say as well. And as kings, we will not be treated as peasants. And that brother spoke truth to power today, so I support and respect him. So at the end of the day, brothers, I just want to give y'all my 2 cents on that, man. Peace, and let me tell you, shout out to Cam for being a man and standing like a king. And we support you, brother. The people out here, the beta males and the feminists and the people out here that wanted to chop up and miscue what you were saying, I heard you loud and clear, all right? So brothers, as usual, man, if you like the topic, if you like the channel, subscribe to the YouTube now. We getting it cooking over here, all right? Brothers, also, remember to like, share, comment, and share with others, all right? We doing it on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, but everything goes through YouTube first. Last but not least, my name is Frederick Harper, also known as The Messenger, and I'm here to keep that work going and to keep the young brothers, old brothers, and middle-aged brothers up on game, all right? So last but not least, be blessed, have a great weekend, and remember, the black man can. And if you ain't know, you better ask somebody. Until then, be safe, brother.